playing News Team Disassemble. So we want to see what kind of tomfoolery is going on behind here because we can't see anything. And we want to get an idea on what this water pump is. We're ordering a new one anyways because this car had issues overheating in the past and upping the horsepower. We want to make sure we don't have any heating issues. So we're going to be ordering a new radiator for it and redoing all the lines and everything. So in the meantime, we want to take everything out of here to see what we're working with.
Yeah, trying to get an idea because previously we had the fuel cell down here and the, these are actually really nice block off panels though, I will say that. The radiator was here and the fuel cell was there and there was no exit for heat out of the rear bumper. So basically all this heat was just getting dumped on top of the fuel cell, which heats up your fuel, reduces power, makes everything not so happy. So we want to, ideally, is put the fuel cell here and the radiator a little further back because already we know our new fuel cell does not fit inside this cradle. Plus there's a lot of excessiveness that's going on back here that we'd like to simplify. I mean, maybe keep the stuff here for the taillight mounts because I really do like that. So if we can keep some of the structure but just cut out the excess weight, that'd be cool. Like this thing can definitely come out if we're gonna move the radiator.
Yeah.
I've never seen a water pump like that before. Looks like a pool pump.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a hot tub pump.
That engine still has factory pump on it too, right?
Not anymore.
No, but the old engine.
The old motor did, yeah.
It's definitely a jacuzzi pump.
At the end of the day, it only has one job. Pump water.
This is sitting with the force of the
Gravity.
Well, it was
tube
the
is
radiator was here holding this.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Like it really couldn't have gone in.
hose clamps.
So Chris is currently on the PWR side looking up radiators for TJ's car. So me and Donnie over here deciding how big of radiator can we actually fit. Because we're not going to cut out all of this stuff. We got word from the boss man that we're not going to change everything back here, but we're allowed to change a little bit. And if the radiator don't fit with how it is, the stuff that don't fit with it has to come out. And we'll just build something new out of it. But we are going to keep all of the rest of it. We're just going to take out the current radiator mount because it's not wide enough. And PWR's smallest one seems to be 31 inches. And this is 25. So we need to go a little bit wider.
We got that.
Yeah. We can go up to 40 wide if you want, Chris. Total length.
40 wide?
Yeah, we got tons of room. We're just going to take...
The whole idea is that we don't have to rebuild it.
We're not rebuilding everything, just the radiator mount. That's that part.
If we can find something that fits between there, we don't
Oh.
have to build now.
No. You can do, well, with tabs, if we did it in front of it.
It can't go any taller than 17 and a half because the trunk.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Why do we go the taller it is? I can't find anything shorter than 19 inches.
Close the trunk lid down.
Oh, what a wonderful world.
What a wonderful world we live in.
We're trying to see if the shroud that was previously in this car for the rear mount radiator is going to work. That would save us a lot of time for having to make a new one, and it was built really well. Whoever did it, tops off to them. So we have our bottom brackets in place right now, and it looks like we can get the right angle of it and going to be able to use this shroud, which is sweet.
Yeah, we're only going to be missing like an inch on each side of the radiator, and realistically this radiator is probably way over par for what this car is supposed to be doing. But now the moment of truth is to see if it actually clears our hatch, which is my concern, where we might actually have to bring it down a little bit lower, but we'll see.
Not touching me.
Looks like it fits.
Well, it's not in the pins yet, so I'm touching something.
Not me.
Not the radiator.
I'm sitting on something. A tool or...
Oh,
that.
hoses.
One of the hose.
Fire suppression.
Oh, that's it. Now let's see if we touch.
This is up against the thing. So just barely.
yeah, you could position it like that, no?
How much of a gap do I have? The only thing I don't like is how it's pointed down at the fuel cell like it was before, which was one of our things we did not really approve of. But we're not supposed to change anything on this, so hopefully this thing pushes so much air and cools it down that it doesn't actually heat up the fuel cell.
Well, what we can do too, because we have room, is if we put these bolts down at the bottom of this bracket, it'll drop our radiator down another inch, and then it'll allow us to tilt it forward more.
That's true.
Because we got a lot of room down here still.
Yeah.
And that'll let us get more of a direct angle to get the heat out of the rear bumper.
Yeah, no, I like that better. So I'll drop it down an inch, and that'll give us a lot more straight back.
Yeah, and if
airflow.
we can make additional pieces that will bolt on to the side of this.
Oh, I don't even have an inch. I guess we would have to, like you said, bolt on additional pieces on that, because if I go down an inch, I still won't be able to bring this up.
Well, this wasn't touching this yet. Like where it's sitting right now, if you pull the rad out of there,
Well, I can just go down with it and get it out of the way.
you're pushing it up now when you lean it that way. You pull it towards you a little bit at least. Slide it this way a little bit. Then you can So we're going to start running all the lines for our cooling system. We got the aluminum tubes that will go under the car again for clearance. On this car, we're actually running 16 AN instead of the 20 AN. Most of the stuff we got from Rad Industries here is already set up for 16 AN, so that was one of the reasons we routed it. Two, because the remote filter and everything that we have over here, it's really tight inside the engine bay where we don't have a lot of space to route the big 20 AN. And while the inside diameter is not that big of a difference, the outside diameter being a little bit fatter makes it a little bit harder to route, especially with the front sump pan, because we have the dipstick and all the other stuff sitting over in this corner. So gonna finish assembling these two lines, and we'll figure out how we're gonna route the cooling lines under the car, mount our water pump, and then get the lines ran up to the radiator.
There's only a few things that we like better with the 16, and you can actually put it together on the car. 20, you really want to put it in a vise and crank down on it.
Get you a big old wrench.
Get you a big old wrench. A little bit of grease, and the 16, and it just goes in real nice like.
Yeah. Grease is nice.
The one thing, yeah, the lube helps for sure. You can build them on the car. You don't have to do it off the car. Take it in and out, because sometimes it's hard to get it in there, and you know, if you have a really tight spot and you can't get the fitting through, but it's the only place to run it, you might have to put it on the car. Or if you're lazy like Chris and he just doesn't want to refeed it through there, you know.
Well, you know, I'm a time for time kind of guy, so it's going to take me more time to lower the lift, take the line out, put it together, then put it back on, then put it back up in the air and do it. So
and to have me tighten it for
that's why I normally like crawl underneath the ground, underneath the car on the ground to work on it, because going up and down with the lift is just time consuming.
You don't want to mar up when you do your fitting. Yeah. So make sure you use a rotor mount like he is.
Well, as with us chopping a bunch of stuff out of here, adding tabs for things, in radiator, you know, all that stuff. Not to mention change the fuel cell cradle, and our rear bash bar is a little crusty. As with all the pretty stuff we're putting in here, it's almost a shame to put it on a dirty canvas. So we decided we got the closest spray paint we can to match it, just to kind of touch up everything a little bit. Very few parts of it will actually be seen, but you know, it's for us. Yeah, you're gonna need
We can't put anything in crusty stuff. It's against our religion.
Yeah. And also we don't want rust.
Yeah. So it made reuse of these pipes that he already had going on this side. They can't go there, obviously, for the down pipe. It's going to overheat everything. So we put them on this side. So all we had to do was technically chop them off here, weld on fittings, and then weld on fittings back here. And while Joel was working on his thing, we snuck in here early this morning and we mounted our Mazir water pump and welded on a bracket for it. So that's all done. And Chris has been working on the cooler lines, and we're almost done. We have 2 ports to weld on the radiator.
Yep. I got to put a couple fittings up on the coolant return, make a bleeder point on the engine, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Our oil return line, which is going to be a fun one. We're going to have to work that one through one piece at a time. And then, yeah, I mean, aside from doing some wiring, got to wire up the fans and wire up our new fuel pump assembly from Radium, so we can get all that sorted out. And then I think that's pretty much it.
I have exhaust and wastegate.
Yeah, our
And we
drive
can
shaft should
start
be
this.
here today too. Better be here today.
Better be here today. Chris had a little
Moment of panic.
anxiety moment, yeah, a moment of panic when he asked me if I sent the measurements for the drive shaft, and I remember doing it. He's like, show me. So I had to scroll through 8 million lines of text ordering stuff and showed him that he doesn't need to worry. It's ordered. It's gonna be fine. This looks cool. We finished the PWR radiator, got all of our lines ran. We ended up reusing his expansion tank. Ooh, I got hooked. And polished it up a little bit. It was crusty. They had some stainless steel braided lines in there that I didn't really like. They're a little long for what we were doing with the new radiator, so we ended up making smaller ones. Did cool little grommets right here, drilled through the shroud that he currently already has in the car. We were able to make this fit with the shroud and do all the block off plates that he previously had, so it saves us a lot of work. We were able to work around it. We only had to cut out a little bit to make this fit. So the only thing left to do on this radiator is add water and peel the front of this. And you know, we always keep this covered up until the very end, because I was drilling holes in here about 5 minutes ago and doing grommets, and all of that aluminum shaving fell down into the face of that. So if you're building your car, leave this on there just for, you know, peace of mind. Yeah, until you're done, because the last thing you want is to spend this kind of money on a radiator and then, you know, mess up the fins in it.
Yeah. And then big old brushless fans, and they will definitely pull whatever is sitting on the other side into your radiator, which isn't really ideal for you either. You got a little bit on the bottom there, but you got fingernails, but you know. Wow. No shameless branding on there either. You gotta appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
And
the
look,
giant
no messed up
PWRs here.
fins.
Yeah, that's not even PWR. That's from Spa.
It's the good thing though. Look, there's no messed up fins. And I was in here drilling and dropping stuff.
Yeah, he was definitely dropping.
I was definitely dropping stuff. So keep the cardboard on there. You'll thank me later. All right. And now Chris can talk about this sweet Radium.
So we upgraded from his ATL fuel cell to the Radium fuel cell for a couple different reasons. One, this has like better, Donnie.
Hey Donnie, shut up.
This has better foam capacity and everything like that set up for it, and we're also using the Radium fuel surge tank. The length of our fuel cell also was a big factor. Because we put the Bulldog back here, we needed more room to access the cover of this to actually be able to change the gears, and you can see where this line is here is actually where the fuel cell used to run. Another cool thing about the Radium fuel surge tank we have here, this is their new model, the FCSTX, and while you can still keep the whole top of your fuel cell sealed, you can pull this whole pump assembly and everything out just by taking about 6 or 7 bolts out. So if you ever lose a pump or something, you're not disassembling your entire fuel cell, you can just pull this, and it also has these little bulkhead pieces here where these nuts go through and secure the wires on both ends. So everything here, protected, comes with all the hardware, comes with O-rings. We also have the remote fill here, which we're going to put back up to where he had his original spot where it fills through where the Nissan badge was previously. So we're going to pop this back in. We got a last of our fuel lines that we can run in this car now. Put my last couple of screws in this thing. Look at that, beautiful. We already have our connectors, wiring, everything sorted out. Just these little M4 Allens. Go through it. We're ready to go. We'll fire this thing up hopefully today.
What's your name?
Nick.
The Subaru with the 1JZ in it, right?
Yeah.
So big.
Dude.
You don't say nothing. You just love the surprises. Yeah.
Look, it's Nick for Sumbitch Racing.
Hey, what's up, Bradley?
Showed up. I love it. Showed up barefoot in a fab shop. Yeah, that's my boy.
I always do.
See, they don't let me wear flip flops no more, so you're making up for
Oh,
me.
wait, they don't let you wear flip flops, but I wear.
Something about OSHA, you know,
Oh.
they frown upon welding drops falling on your feet. So now I wear Vans that can burn through them. It's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How long we got you for?
Whatever, just hanging out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't say that. We'll keep your ass here for like months.
Ted.
He's a Florida boy now.
Dude.
Yeah, you look real Florida with that shirt on.
I know, right? All tropical and stuff.
All right, guys. So in this video, you saw us redo his whole rear end. We left the outer shell of it, but we cut out a lot of stuff. Put in the new radiator, put in the new radium fuel cell. Donnie went ahead and cut this big hole right here for me, so we have a lot of room to breathe. Because these fans work really well, and they need to go somewhere. So Donnie cut out as much as Chris would let him. Thanks, shout out to Donnie for helping us out on the bits here and there on this part of the build. And you'll see a lot more in the next one of him helping us out, because we get Donnie every now and then, so we utilize him when we can. But thank you guys for watching. Let us know if you have any questions about the rear mount radiator or the fuel cell or any type of how we route lines or how we do it. If you need to, write it in the comments. We'll be sure to answer them for you. So like, subscribe, comment. Chris?
Nick, give him a kick.
Yeah! And let's see how high Nick can kick. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
The beard weighs you
Hey,
down.
let's see you. Let's do it. Dang! You got the sweep. Hold on, I don't have the sweep. Let's
How
try
you do
this.
this? Man? That's the front one.
Wow!
You could almost get, I could
You
get
got the arms rotating with it.
Yeah, it's all about counterbalance.
Good.
Oh, we got both of them.